16%. Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%. The stock market is now down 21%.
Because we're now down 43%.
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
Those who continue to believe that politicians and bankers will protect their life savings may soon be pushed into the poor class. The perfect financial storm is now almost here.
Will you tell the American people to whom you lent $2.2 trillion of their dollars?
Hundreds and hundreds of banks, any bank that has access to the U.S. Federal Reserve's discount.
Tell us who they are.
No.
Those who were not badly affected by the 2008 events are once again consumed by life and continue to go on as if nothing happened. Unfortunately, these are the people that may be hurt the most.
Schools and so forth. In the US, we have a totally new school, and it's called the Zimbabwe School. And it's founded by one of the great leaders of this world, Mr. Robert Mugabe, that has managed to totally impoverish his own country. And that is the monetary policy the US is pursuing. If something goes wrong, print. If it doesn't get fixed, print more.
Somebody who's saved for the retirement and they have CDs, and we're inflating the money at a 10% rate, their standard of living is going down, and that's what's happening today. The middle class is being wiped out, and nobody's understanding that it has to do with the value of money. Prices are going up.
We have a deficit now of $53 trillion. But when you say a number like that, and you don't hear any politician really talking about it, and they're all like, oh, well, it won't make any difference. Put this into perspective for the average American. Wake the average American up on what that means to us.
That means that every American has an implicit mortgage of over $175,000 each. Each household has an additional implicit mortgage of over $400,000 each. But unlike a typical mortgage, there's no house to back this.
If you're a heroin addict and you want to get healthy, you can't do that without going through withdrawal. The withdrawal symptoms are not fun, but the government's solution is shoot up with more heroin so that we can delay the withdrawal. But of course, they risk killing the economy with an overdose, which is what we might get. And an overdose, as far as fiscal monetary stimulus, is hyperinflation. Right. And believe me, that's a real possibility, and we do not want to live through that.
All markets around the world now trade in the same direction. All economies go in the same direction, and they all follow the United States. Wherever the United States goes, so goes the rest of the world. If you can see the future, if you can see what's going to happen in the future, you can either make great gains or great losses.
The same people who tried to warn you about 2008 are at it again, trying to explain why you must own physical gold and silver.
The world is awash in paper money. It's a blizzard of paper money. And what's really interesting, if you study history, there comes a time where the public, the mass psyche of the country and the world, this time the world, before it's always been a country, but the mass psyche starts to sense the currency debasement. Everybody should be able to feel it now. You go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, you can feel there's a currency debasement going on. Everything's costing more. Your currency is losing purchasing power. And as the public starts to wake up, gold and silver go through the roof.
Gold is money, and money retains its value. That's the good thing about money. The problem is what everybody is using that they think is money, dollars, doesn't retain its value because Ben Bernanke is printing it like crazy.
They are going to make the euro almost as weak as the dollar. And, you know, now I might have to say instead of just going to 5,000, maybe gold's going to 10,000.
As far as I'm concerned, gold will go certainly much higher over the next decade or so. Governments all over the world are debasing money at a rapid rate, and that has always led to higher prices for real assets throughout history, and it will this time too. Someday, everybody will own gold. Someday, people will be walking down the street checking gold prices in shop front windows.
Eric Spratt, you called silver the investment of the decade. I take it you still stand by that statement. Well, give us a rundown on where we are currently in the silver market.
Well, I've always looked at silver and gold as a situation where the demand will exceed the supply.
I warn you, years ago, gold and silver, and I've just been told, it's going up, 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 up. Can I say it any plainer? You have seen nothing yet.
Silver is the biggest opportunity I have ever seen, bigger than real estate, bigger than anything else.
It's time you took your head out of the clouds, took control of your financial future, and become a part of the biggest opportunity you will ever see.